I guess now I'm on live. Yes. Yep. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I prepared this little demonstration for you. Let's check my phone. I always check here if there is a question or anything, and I come back here. Anyway. Okay, now, can you hear me? Before I start to talk so much and you can't hear me clearly. Can you hear me now? Boo boo. I have a little Turkish, you know. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, I guess you can hear me. Perfect. Okay, so as I said, now the second hour of our online lesson, live streaming. This part is about speaking introduction. I am focusing so much on speaking because I'm seeing so much problems. However, this is an introduction, okay? This is just little something for you so that you can be prepared for speaking because, as I said, the speaking part is the calm before the storm, okay? So, I prepared this for you. This is what we will cover, and this is also an introduction. So the structure and the format of speaking section of the TOEFL test. We will talk about the six structures of questions in TOEFL. Okay, an overview of that is the first two questions will be independent. The first question will be a general information or a personal information, and the second one will be paired choices. Paired choices can be a bit tricky, but you will have a preparation time for 15 seconds. Yes, preparation time for 15 seconds for both first and the second question. Okay, and also, as I said to you, making notes is very important. Make sure you have template or a bit card or piece of paper where you can put everything on and organize your ideas. We will talk also about how can you talk in a way to answer questions and you get the score that you want. Okay. Here also we have the speaking sections. As we said before, the speaking sections will be the third model, which means first of all we have the reading, then we have the listening. You will have 10 minutes break. Be sure to commit to 10 minutes, then moving on to speaking. Okay, so here he say the third section is a speaking part, and the listening after the reading and listening and before the writing. I don't know, I'll make it so complicated, but that's the way it is. It's a 20-minute section. There were two questions, as I said, two independent questions. First two questions are independent because remember those 6 questions are standard, are norm. This is what's gonna come to you on TOEFL. 2 questions will be independent, the others will be integrated. And as we said, the definition of integrated here is it will be like multitasking. You will do listening and reading, then you'll start to speak. And remember, first 15-second preparation, and you've got 45 seconds answering. Yes, we will get right into that. Preparation is 15 seconds to 30 seconds. The response is 45 to 60. Now, this is what we are looking here is the organization of it. Okay. Let me make this microphone a bit down. I think my voice is making a very annoying sound. There will be 6 questions. The first 2 are speaking skills, while the last 4 reading, listening, and speaking together. Now we're talking about speaking, remember, okay? So, hopefully I'm not hiding the picture. Yeah, you can see that perfectly. Okay. We have 6 types of questions, and those are the question type, preparation time, and here is the response time. So let's go right through them. First one is personal experience, paired choices. The preparation is 15 seconds, as I mentioned, and 45 seconds for an answer. Now, you would ask me why there is little time for preparation and the response time, because those are independent. You can answer them very fast. You will not have any problem with that. Excuse me. However, the other 4, Canvas matters, as you see number 4, Canvas matters here. I can't highlight them, sorry. Canvas matters, academic reading and lecture, Canvas conversations, and academic summary. Now, you need to be sure, and again, please don't let academic terrify you. Don't let academic makes you uncomfortable and anxious, okay? You will be able to answer those questions because you are an academic person and you have that level of educations, the education that you took in your own high school or university, it depends. And I know so much very talented 15, 16 years old students who've got a magnificent capability and potential to communicate and discuss very academic topics, so it will not be very hard for you, trust me. Canvas matters. Canvas matters, it can be any stuff about happening on in Canvas. For example, what are the things that trouble the students in Canvas? What are the things that students need in a Canvas, and so on. Academic reading and lecture. It will not be as hard as you think, but it needs a lot of practicing. As I said, first 2 are independent, the others, Canvas matters and academic reading, Canvas conversation, academic, they will be integrated, which means the first 3, we have Canvas matters and academic reading. They are both, there will be listening, and I believe there will be reading and also a speaking in the end of it. And the other, only the Canvas conversations and the academic summary, it will be about, it's going to be a listening first, then after that a speaking. Now, if you notice here with me, for preparation time for 2, the first tasks, because they are very independent, what the hell is that? Anyway, 15 seconds, and the other 4 are 30 seconds preparation. Now the answering is 1 minute for each last 4, and the first 2 are 45 seconds. Moving swiftly on. 15 seconds to look at the questions below, prepare 45 seconds. Now, this is the type of a personal question that you will get. Okay, so what we have here, in your opinion, who is the most important person in your country's history? Explain why this person was important. So it's something like this. Okay, it will not be very difficult, especially the first 2. It will be like an activity, an exercise. Moving on. Using a template, as I said, using a template is quite massively important, because you need to keep yourself prepared to answer a speaking. So he said here, organize your answer template. The template below is suitable for both independent speaking task, personal and pair choice questions. So you have A, B, C, and D. Restart the prompt, which means rephrase it. Provide a topic sentence. What is the main thing that you are going to talk about? First key point with personal details. Second key point with personal details. Now here we've got A and B. Favorite style of clothing is losing fit, actual clothing. This is the kind of notes that you need to take. For C, first key point and second key point. Casual suits, personal image. They do not work in a corporate environment. That's casual. You can't use it in the working environment. Clothing, and for D, clothing should be more comfortable. Function is more important than style. Maximizing comfort, more productive. Now, you need to spend appropriate amount of time to know how to make notes, how to make a perfect appropriate notes for a speaking, because you will need it. It's incredibly greatly important. By the way, if you have any questions whatsoever about TOEFL, make sure to ask them in the live here, or after 1 hour when this video posted, you can write them down in comments, and I promise you next live I will answer them. And also, if I cannot answer them, I will answer you from my personal YouTube channel in the comments. Okay, so make sure to ask any questions whatsoever. Moving on. Now, pair choice. This is the second question. The second question, it's basically this. Sometimes students have a tricky understanding of what to choose. Okay, don't be quite stressed about it. Maybe you don't have any understanding of what is that and what is this, but be sure that they will not need a detailed information. However, your English must be very detailed and using a wide range of vocabularies, very important. So, if you had these choices, which would you choose and why? Classical or jazz? Camping or 5 stars hotel? Sorry, pizza or sushi? The beach or the mountains? Now, anyone you would choose, be sure that you organize and make your answer reasonable. Reasonable. So as much as you're making your answer reasonable, which means you're going to make it coherent. There will be understanding and there will be an order for your answer. Moving on. Imagination. It's very important to make your some questions you can answer them very briefly, like very small little answer. I recommend, and this also presentation recommends, that you need to add a bit of a personal experience to your answer. You need to add a bit of an opinion. What do you think of that? Now, the biggest challenge here is for so much students that they took this exam is, how can I possibly talk about something I have no opinion or no experience with? Again, you don't need to focus so much on the details. Make your vision general. And here also remarkably mentioning that you need to choose your side quickly, because as fast as you will choose, as fast as you will prepare in the template, and also as fast as you will cover your 1 minute of answer, or 45 seconds, we're talking about per choice. Here he say that even if you don't have an experience, invent. Now that's what I'm doing to my students between now and then. I make them talk about some things which make them like brainstorming. You know, I'm talking about, let's talk about science and let's talk about universe. Let's talk about the other side of our planet Earth, and let's talk about it. Okay, don't go into details. Don't corner yourself where you needed to talk a very high vocabulary which you are not handling very well. Be sure to prepare something that you can communicate, and also a general. They will not focus on your academic education as much as they will focus on your English capability. Yes, here he say, invent, no one going to check for accuracy, you know? Okay, here he say you don't need to use an academic language, academic style response. You need to speak naturally. That will not be a problem for you. Daily life on campus. Now, this is for number 3, the integrated questions that we were talking about earlier. You're talking about a different type of facilities in the campus. The students, he may talk to a janitor, or he's maybe talking to the librarian, or he's talking to the service employee, or any type of a person. Here he say the student's aim is in university is to learn, but supported with facilities, security service. Those are to study or for work, gym, recreational spaces, library, are they important or not? Medical services. And remember, here is going to be reading. Let me check my note fast. For speaking part, it will be yes. Reading, listening, and speaking, as I said. Now here, taking notes. Campus matters questions, that's for 3. The integrated question, you must put good notes. You see, making good notes makes you prepared to answer the questions widely ranging. Here you will have a conversation between 2 individuals. You will listen to the audio 1 time. Remember, the audio listening is 1 time. Maybe there will be a change. They will talk about something, then they change to talking about other thing. You need to stay focused, and you need to get the main idea and also the supporting details. Okay, moving on. Okay, here number 4, it's also integrated. Also, we have reading and listening and speaking. There will be a short text that you will read. You provide an answer for that by summarizing the text and the lecture. There will be both. As you see the headlines, academic reading and lecture questions. So you need to summarize both. So how would you possibly summarize that? You need to make a specific, appropriate, completely important, essential notes. Notes is notes are very important here. The text is approximately 100 words in length, so you have 45 seconds. The passage, the text will be for 45 seconds on the screen. After it will go, you need to write your notes. The lecturer, however, you will listen to it 1 more time, just 1 time, and the lecturer will elaborate, which means he will talk a bit more about the topic that's mentioned and in 100 words that you already read before. However, it might be a contradiction for the writing. You have to understand that. Here you have to maybe talking about an application of the concept. Yes. You have to be very aware of that and careful. Using a template. They are talking about an academic topic, so it doesn't require you, as I said before, it does not require you to have a complete knowledge of the question. It's not asking about architecture or any kind of other academic thing which you are specialized in, or it's your major in your subject, your college subject. But you need to be aware of. You don't have to commit to the academic. Okay. Be careful. You can use phrasal verbs, the words that we are using in our daily lives. That would be very beneficial for you. So template, again, template important for preparation. So as we discussed before, for the 3 and the 4th questions in the speaking module. Here the template, it must be organized the way it is right now here. A topic of lecture and text, relationship between the text. Okay, because you will read a text and you will listen. What is the relationship between them? The first key point from text and the supporting details from the lecture. Okay, so now the multitasking works. You need to organize the text that you read for 100 words. You're taking the key points and the supporting details from the lecture. The second point is from the text and the supporting detail from the lecture. Moving on. It's very important. Don't be confused. Watch this video again and again. It will be posted on our YouTube channel. And write, make notes, and we all going to talk about that. So don't worry about it. Okay? It will not be a confusion. I promise. Okay. Here, resolving issues on Canvas. I believe that the question 4 or 5. The test determines your ability to interact with topics related to life in Canvas. So much issues that might affect your academic performance, your academic progress in your university. For example, failing a class, finance issues, finance, money. You need to get your vocabularies right. Timetable clashes. Stationery store opening hours. If you are absent on your classes, the apartment, the flat payments, the problems, traveling, going to your hometown. Because remember, if you are taking TOEFL, you're absolutely going to one of the few universities in North America. So yeah, so you need to know a bit about the university life there, the problems that might occur, and if you are going to a university, you will have a few problems of your own, of course, as I had. Canvas conversation questions also integrated. However, it will take a bit long time. And here, the last 2 questions, they will be about a Canvas, as we mentioned here before. Let me check very swiftly. Canvas conversation and academic summary. Okay, so those will be integrated. So you need to get your notes right also. Now, here, the last 2 is just listening. The first, the third, and the fourth is going to be about listening and reading. However, 5 and 6 will be about listening after speaking. Now, remember, you need to be able to listen, comprehend ideas, write notes, because you will talk about that. And with practice, I believe it will be quite beneficial for you. So, your answers must be based on the conversation that you will hear. So you will hear one time a conversation between 60 and 90 minutes, 90 seconds, unbelievable, minutes, oh my god, 60 and 90 seconds. After the conversation, 20 minutes for preparation and 60 minutes for answering that question. However, you will have a package of information from your notes and also from the listening that you will get. Look, he really urged you to make a very strong note. You know? Offer a response. So, preparing 20 seconds and you will deliver your answer. This is an example. The employee discussed 2 solutions to the student's problem. Describe the problem, then state which of the 2 solutions you prefer and explain why. Now you need, sir and ma'am, you need to address exactly what he asked you to address. So what is the problem? There will be 2 solutions and you will describe the problem and which problem you prefer and why. And explain. Take your time, make your notes, don't be very stressed about it. It will be very smooth. Academic topics. Here, this is what I talked about earlier. I said to you, don't be aware, don't be scared or frightened about having an academic topics. Here he say, no one knows everything. academic summary is very essential. So you need to put into good notes very important vocabularies. And here he said that strong notes, and here it's vital. It's very vital to make notes. Yes, so it's very important that you get the ideas from the listening part and the speaking, so that you can after that you can speak about it and discuss it. Moving on. Okay. The other question, on the other hand, we will listen and write. This is the template, so it will be organized like this. First key point and supporting detail, and second key point and supporting detail. We will get right into it after we finish today's introduction. Okay. Some students, this is answers. This is type of some answers for students that took TOEFL. I believe that it's important for students to evaluate other students. So if you've got the students, record your voice. Make sure you record your voice and you listen to yourself. And give this record to your teacher. You need to get a correction for this record. Maybe there will be a weak points in your speaking skills that your teacher or instructor aware of, and he can correct you. So let's read here a few stuff. I like speaking, but my biggest issue is the speed. So the problem here, he say it's very fast. He say I speak very fast in my own language. I am trying to do the same in English, but my tongue is tied, like it's like this. I can't find correct word when I speak fast. He say here, the other balloon, you will have only 15 seconds to prepare. This is for the first two questions. He say it's just not enough. I can think if I have more time, I would have so much good answer for preparation. So with practice, again, with practice, you can accomplish that. The questions are so bored that it's very easy to go off topic. It's impossible to say everything in just 45 seconds. Again, these are talking about the first two questions, which are personal because you can guess, because there are 15 seconds and 45 seconds. 45 seconds for answering, 15 seconds for preparation. So here, how you answer and get full score. Okay, your academic response is scored by a human rater. So a person will grade your speaking. So you need to focus on three things which are very important. When you deliver, when you're giving your answers, you should not speak that fast and you should not speak too slow. Medium. Don't make yourself anxious by speaking swiftly, which makes you very, in the same time, hard to comprehend your own ideas, which is very horrible because you need to keep yourself in order and organize your speaking. And your speaking must be understood, of course. That's why I'm saying in the medium. Now, the use of the language. Using appropriate vocabularies, how you can get appropriate vocabularies. However, I said I will not discuss vocabularies, but I can give you notes. Try to get group vocabularies or learning vocabularies from a context so that you can know how to use the vocabulary and where to use it. You can't use the vocabulary in a different place. The length and the complexity. It will not be harmful for you if you use academic vocabularies like initial values and so on. The grammar mistakes. The grammar is important. Now, look, use a correct upper intermediate grammar and get full mark. better than using an advanced grammar and you are not controlling it very well, you're not handling it very well, and it can decrease your it may reduce the score that you're going to aiming to get. Here, so yes, be careful with the grammar. Now, the development of the topic. When you have a topic and you're going to talk about it, remember, I talk about coherence. So he said here, do your ideas flow coherently and in a logical manner? So coherent and logic. You need to be aware of that. Now, you can't go very slow, you can't go very fast, you have to be between. And always support your answers with anything. You don't have to be very quite accurate. Trust me, it will not be a problem. Yes. The last one here, when you will hear a lecture and you will hear a conversation or you will read, so you need to show the relationship between them. You see how much you compare and contrast. That's very good, which means you are aware of what you read and what you heard. Yes. Okay. Here, he's talking about an accent. Now, I always tell this to my students. Don't worry about your accent. The accent is not important. However, when I was young, I was so much caring about an accent. And I don't know if you can hear me. I kind of have British and American both together accent. It's like combined, which is not preferred, of course. But so the accent is not important. Even when speaking his or her native language. Everyone have an accent. So don't stress about an accent as much as you stressed about the words that should be stressed and the vocabulary and the pronunciation of the word. Don't worry about the accent. Now, because you're Turkish and I have a different nationality, each person from each country has his own vocabularies, has his own pronunciation. So you need to figure out what are the letters that can make you mistake. Now, for Turkish students, they've got the letters th, the, or the. Those letters can be a bit hard for Turkish students. The other way, you've got V and W. Some students got problem with V and W. Now, spelling, on the other hand, you've got problem with I, E, and A. Some students, if not all of them, have this problem where they get confused when I spell a word or a letter. Get your pronunciation correct, get your spelling correct, and understand your mistakes. You see, understanding your mistakes, your fault pronunciation, this is the best way to correct them with yourself and with your instructor. It's very important that you don't let your Turkish, if we are talking here about only Turkish students, so be sure that you don't let your the letters, your alphabets affect the alphabets of another language. Try to separate them so that you can get the full idea of it. Yes, they are, as he say here, the understandability and the capability of giving a healthy conversation, a valued sentences, so that the examiner can understand it. That's the main idea that they are looking for. So you need to be aware of your logic and reasoning, and comparing and contrasting, and you make it logic so that they can understand. So as now we have 13 live students, so can you tell me, do you like your English accent or you don't like? Do you like your English accent or you don't like? Can you write me down? Tell me about your English accent. Is it British? Is it American? Is it Australian? Or you don't have accent? Or you want an accent? Or what do you think? Write me down. I have exactly 12 minutes to wrap up everything here. I think we covered all those questions. Yeah, this is the end of it. I have unfortunately a Turkish accent. Well, I've heard a Turkish accent. It's not a problem. However, the important thing is focusing on the words and the vocabularies and how to understand and deliver. Yes, yes, yes. I said that. Yes, exactly. Turks, they've got a problem with th, there and the. Yes, because your own language doesn't have that sounds, so that's why. With the practice, however, if you start to say like the and the, if you look to YouTube videos about pronunciation, it's about the tongue and the teeth where they can hit as an instructor. So you go and check and you will understand where you can put your tongue so that it can produce the right pronunciation for you. And thank you for your participation. Thank you so much. Now, as the end, I will wrap it up here for you. He said to you, you might want to focus on grammar and vocabularies and your ability to use complex sentences structures. So, basically, grammar vocabularies, fellas. As I said, high B2, C1. That's what you need for a TOEFL, okay? Because as a TOEFL instructor, they will not, and I will not, go deep into grammar and vocabularies. So, how you can improve your grammar? Try as much as possible to go check if you can speak, which means you can understand other people. Go and check why they are speaking the way they're speaking, why they put have been, had been, why, and try to develop it. On vocabulary, I have just one answer for you. You need to read widely, very wide, so that you can grab as much information as you can get. Yes. Here, as I said before, linking and transition words, essential, even though, likewise, consequently, even if, nevertheless, you have to understand them. And for example, if you are now just learning them, which means it will take time to put them into sentences and use them in your daily life, if you know what I mean. So, here are the tips. So take notes, as I said, trying to get feedback from your teacher, self-evaluate, listen and understand and what's wrong, what's right. We will not focus on grammar and so on. This is important, as I said, a student to a student, students can be a great critique. If you give a listening part to another student and he can find the mistakes of this student and vice versa, it will be very good for both of them to learn more faster and to prevent any future problems that might occur. Yes. Yes, guys. So this is pretty much all about speaking. I prepared for you speaking because I know your problem with the speaking. I don't want you to get very low and speaking. However, it will not be as difficult as you might think. And this is the introduction for TOEFL, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have so much audience today. Yesterday was amazing because it was elementary and other, and it was intermediate. It was amazing. Okay, guys. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening and everything. Subscribe, comment on our videos. Remember, those live stream videos will be posted on our YouTube channel so that you can check them out again and make little notes of your own so that you can start with us our TOEFL lessons. And with practice and determination and persistence, I believe you can score way better than any TOEFL students if you put the time and the effort into it. Thank you so much. Please stay at home, and you need to stay at home because I believe today is a curfew in Turkey. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. Be careful. And let's make that peak down for our beloved pandemic, and hopefully you and your family is healthy and well. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for writing your comments, your ideas. I appreciate it so much. Hopefully see you in the future on another live stream lessons. Thank you so much. Have a great, splendid day. Cheers.